Hi folks, welcome to this week's Coffee and Colossians. We are going to be looking at just a couple of verses over these next few days. And I thought I'd go back a little bit and just set them in context. But as I've been thinking about this, it's just, to be honest, it's genuinely really thrilled me. And I hope that you get something from this as much as I have done. So, Paul has said that, on behalf of himself and Timothy, that he continually gives thanks for the Colossians. And then he says this: for this reason, since the day we've heard about you, we've not stopped praying for you. We continually ask God to fill you with the knowledge of his will through all the wisdom and understanding that the Spirit gives, in order that you may live a life worthy of the Lord, pleasing him in every way, bearing fruit in every good work, growing in the knowledge of God, and being strengthened with all power according to his glorious might, so that you may have great endurance and patience, and joyfully giving thanks to the Father. And then this is the reason we give thanks: who has qualified you to share in the inheritance of his holy people, the saints, his holy people, the kingdom of light. Now, I'm just thinking about that inheritance, the qualified to share an inheritance. I'm here at Moore College just now. We're just at the edge of it here, and you can you maybe hear some of the students. Now, one of the reasons the students are here is that they will get a qualification. You can then be qualified to teach or to preach or whatever. And we all think about being qualified in different ways. I think of, and we talk about this inheritance of the kingdom of light. You know, it's funny, not funny, but myself and Annabelle, we were looking at Luke 12, and where Jesus, somebody comes to him and says, can you tell my brother to share my inheritance with me, or his inheritance with me? And Jesus says, well, who made you a judge of that? And I hadn't noticed, but the next bit is the bit where he talks about the rich farmer building up his barns and saying, to God saying to him, you fool, this night your soul will be required of you. And then Jesus actually says, who do you know who your money is going to go to afterwards? So we might set up an inheritance for our children, but there's no guarantee either that they'll use it wisely or that they'll get it. There could be all different kinds of things occur. And Peter talks to us about an inheritance that can never spoil, that's kept for us in heaven. So I think of that. I think of the Israelite people thinking their inheritance is the land. And I think about what our inheritance is. And here's this marvelous thing for Christians. We have inheritance that can never perish, spoil, or fade. It just can't be taken from us. And we're qualified. We've been to share that inheritance. You don't go and have to pass a church membership class. You don't have to get so many brownie points, if you still use that expression, to get to heaven. It's just we've been qualified by Christ. When we come to trust in Christ, we are qualified to share in the inheritance of his holy people, the kingdom of light. Now, tomorrow we'll see what that kingdom is. But right now, surely it's sufficient for us to know that our inheritance is guaranteed. It can't be taken from us. You could be sitting right now, you may be in a house that's yours. You can lose it. You may be promised a big sum coming when someone dies. You can lose it. You can lose your job. You can lose absolutely everything. But you cannot lose the inheritance that Christ has purchased for you. So I think that's a great thought. I think it's a wonderful thought. What is it? Psalm 16 says, the lines have fallen for me in pleasant places. Well, may you know that, and may you be qualified to share in the inheritance. And by the way, just in case you're asking how am I qualified, it's by faith in Christ, isn't it? By coming to know Christ and committing your life to Christ. But we'll see more of that tomorrow. God bless you, and God willing, see you tomorrow.